Good afternoon. I'm the Ancient Warrior, and welcome. You know, I've been being besieged by family members and friends who want me to get out and start doing videos with you. One of the things that I have been pushing for many, many years to people is do common sense prepping. You know, I've watched over the last few years so many people who have lost everything due to minor calamities. You know, I was just looking at the Dow the other day and it's over 26,000 points. You remember that old physics law? What goes up must come down. Eventually, folks, the economy, the stock market's going to tumble. Whether it's from bad management or a war or what. So my goal is to show you easy ways to prep. And I know a lot of you right now are sitting there saying, I just flat don't have the money. We're just barely eating. Folks, worst comes to worst, and I don't advocate this often, but you need to go to the food bank. Go to your church. A lot of churches have started doing food giveaways. Go to your church and volunteer, and a lot of times they bless the volunteers with a bag of groceries. And anything you can't use, then put back. I'm an advocate of doing what you need to do to stay safe. Now, I know that you go to some of these prepping channels and they sit there and show you a $200 fixed blade knife or a $150 auto opening knife, auto assist knife, where they talk about an everyday carry pack that runs $300. You know, I know a lot of folks right now can't afford that. So what I'm going to do is sit down and show you and tell you things that you should look towards. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, ladies, if you see tools laying out in the road, stop and pick them up. Number one, it could be a way that you could save money by selling them. Number two, a few years ago I found a roofing axe or roofing hammer in the gutter. You know, it's part of one of my bags now. I had to replace the head of the handle, but you know, folks, it was like $4. I'm going to keep this one short because I got pushed into this today. And I want to think these videos out better. So, one of the things I want each of you to do is to remember, things are tough right now. But at least we have a guy in the White House who's trying to fight for us. I do believe. Some of you may not. Some of you, if you're like me, you got tired and you thought you'd get retired. Well, I'm going back to work next week because life happens. That's what I call it. When these little calamities, I call it life. Now, folks, we're going to talk about a lot of things on this program. The big thing we're going to talk about is how you need to prepare, what you need for your children, what you need for the elderly of your family, what you need for that brain-dead sister or brother-in-law or sister-in-law who can't see the forest for the trees. Too, also, folks, I will be talking about cheap hacks to get you gear. If, for a long time, I've watched a good friend of mine. I asked him why he wanted to be homeless, and he said he's homeless because he needed to learn how to live right. I'm about a mile from where he lives now in a fairly nice house. And he has no thought about what was going on. So, all right, folks, I'm going to sign off. And before I go, I'm going to give you a little pedigree. I grew up in the 1950s and 60s. I graduated high school in 1968. From there, I went to the military where I spent 25, let's call them unremarkable years. I was never a remarkable soldier. I was never a remarkable sailor. But let me tell you something, folks. The one thing I do want is to see every one of you. To see every blessed one of you survive. And I really don't like that term. I don't really like that term, survive. What I like is the term living well. Most of the guys who are homeless survive. I want to see all of you living well. So let me sign out. And I'll try to do a video at least a couple of times a week. My next video is going to be everyday carry. And my everyday carry kind of is different than a lot of you. So, because it also depends where I'm going that day. If I'm going to a federal building or to a courthouse or something, my everyday carry changes drastically. So, all right. Well, you have a blessed day. And please remember, it may look bad today, but tomorrow's going to be better if you just work a little bit at it. So, thank you. Good day.